All right. Do you want to talk about the tile thing?
The tile thing is interesting. People are mad, and when Americans are mad, they use lawyers. So there's lawyers involved. Tile seeks to reinforce ongoing antitrust charges against Apple and the AirTags release. And this may help their cause. Tile sees AirTags as a copycat product.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why.
No.
That seeks to squeeze Tile out of the iOS ecosystem. Honestly, when I saw the first screenshot of the AirTag, I thought it was a Tile. Apple recently opened the Find My Network system to third parties in order to head off anti-competitive complaints. That probably isn't going to solve things, though, considering these notes that are following. The Tile took exception to what they call very strict terms and conditions, likening it to a hostage program. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm super surprised after dealing with the Apple App Store. I'm very surprised that someone would think of it as a hostage program, because that's exactly what it is. This is referring to the fact that third parties cannot use their own apps to control Find My functionality, which is notably not how HomeKit works. Additionally, Apple hasn't fully opened U1 Ultra wideband support to third parties, making it impossible to compete with Apple devices like AirTags. Very cool, not surprised. Also, crucially, Tile has already announced an ultra wideband tracker in January, but has been unable to bring it to market thanks to UWB restrictions. Apple's responses are basically like, "Oh no, this is totally fine. We did some of this stuff before you did, and you have 90% of the market share anyways, so it doesn't matter."
We've always embraced competition as the best way to drive great experiences for our customers. Yeah, that's just another way of saying go f yourself. We don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, there is another consideration. If Apple opened up U1 access to third parties without any kind of validation, there's a lot of potential privacy issues. Like Google also has a UWB API in Android that is similarly unavailable to third-party apps. So as for who's right about this, I mean,
I don't know. It gets into some muddy legal waters that I don't understand.
It's a funny thing because on the one hand, like let's say that, YouTube implemented some kind of policy or some kind of business change that made it difficult for Linus Media Group to operate. The reality of it is we built our business on someone else's platform. So now we suffer the consequences of that. And I'm not saying Tile did something wrong. I mean, that was supposed to be what was so great about the iPhone, was that it was this platform where whether you made a flashlight app or a level app or whatever app, there was supposed to be money to be made in this ecosystem. But then, obviously, if you're Apple, kind of like Amazon does with Amazon Basics.
Amazon Basics.
Yeah, if you see something on your platform that's performing really well that you think you could throw a small, engineering team at and whip up in a year or two and then just take all the revenue for yourself, why wouldn't you do it? Because maybe you don't want to be a big hole, but I guess you do. So that them's the breaks, right?
I don't know how the law works here. It seems like kind of a jerk move. But
that's what antitrust law is supposed to prevent. It's supposed to prevent unfair competition. So if on the basis of the idea being that this is a platform that developers and product makers can come and participate in and compete in, if that's the idea, and then you come in and you have a first-party competitor that has advantages that you don't give to anyone else, that's supposed to be what antitrust law is supposed to address. And maybe this is just my paranoia, but I don't trust it, Like, that's why we built Floatplane. That's why we built a forum, because I had no guarantee that Google couldn't just turn me off at some point. And that's a big part of why we do our everything, all our merch, all our drops on lttstore.com. It's not like Amazon isn't an enormous marketplace that we could absolutely use. When I called out that ABCs of Gaming is on Amazon, I think that was last week on WAN Show, We sold all 150 copies that we had in stock so fast that Amazon's recommended restock for us was more than we were allowed to restock. So this is great. Nick sent me the best message earlier. Here, hold on a second. Let's see if I can.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just say, like, I have no idea where the law lands on this or anything like that. All I would say is that I hope if this does go through and they go after and like Apple takes a blow for this, I hope they look at Amazon. I hope whatever lawyers they had behind this take a look at Amazon, because holy crap, they've been doing the exact same thing, and just as bad or worse for years. So
yep, it's some serious scumbaggery, and I'm really not that into it. Now, this is really cool. I've actually got the message that Nick sent me for you guys here. Can you see this, Luke? So
no.
it says recommended quantity 828, and then it says we put in 828, and it goes, this product exceeds the allowed quantity for standard size storage. Click the restock limits monitor to view the maximum shipment quantity for the standard size storage. It's like you told me to get this many of them, but when it's a new item, Amazon only allows so many. So they asked us to do what we couldn't do because they told us we couldn't do it. It's like, okay, sure. So
it seems like a pretty simple thing to fix. That's weird.
As long as you're reliant on somebody else's platform, that's always going to be the way that it is. You want to do something like verified actual gamer program. There's no way we could build that through Amazon. That's something that we were only able to do with the help of the Floatplane team and by integrating it into a separate platform like Shopify, where we actually have at least some degree of control. And it's not perfect, to be very clear. Like developing for Shopify, there's a reason that, you know, it's kind of considered to be half science, half a little bit of black magic. What's up, Luke?
Just, yeah.
Yeah. But at least it's better than being entirely dependent on someone else's, you know, black box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least they do let you do things like yeah.